becoming a challenging past, the Choctaw Nation is now 200,000 strong and the country's third largest Native American tribe. Prior to the European settlers, the Choctaw lived in the southeastern United States until they were forcibly removed to southeast Oklahoma during the time of the Trail of Tears. The Trail of Tears was the mandatory relocation of many Native American tribes in the 1840s by the government. It is given this name due to the fact that many people died of disease and starvation on the trip, along with the various hardships that they faced. In order to find the most accurate information possible, I researched various online databases. Included in those were the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma website and a website created by Lynn Green, a direct descendant of Choctaw heritage. After researching the Choctaw culture, I will now discuss the tribe's style of dress, language, and marriage traditions. Choctaw dress has changed drastically over the years based on outside influences, but the ceremonious dress has stayed much the same. Prior to the European settlers, women wore a blouse, short skirt, and moccasins. They would typically go barefoot at home, though. Men would wear breechcloths, much like the one in this, and it was a long rectangular piece of tanned deerskin or fur. It was worn on a belt so it could hang down in the front and the back. In travel, men wore pants and shirts and moccasins, though like the women would typically go barefoot at home. Today, the Choctaw keep up with the current fashions, and you can no longer set them apart by their style of dress. Ceremonious dress is hand-sewn and brightly colored. In this picture is two dresses worn at a dance. They have full sleeves and a long ruffled skirt. They are usually blue, yellow, purple, or red with a contrasting color trim. The next part of the Choctaw culture I will discuss is their language. Based on an article on the Native American Languages website, the first record of Choctaw language was made in 1820 when they found a Choctaw grammar book, a English to Choctaw, and a Choctaw to English dictionary. The language contains 18 letters. It includes three basic vowels, A, I, and O, which can be long, short, or nasalized. The next part of the culture I will discuss is their marriage traditions. Based on the article on Lynn Green's website titled Origins of Choctaw People Retold from Old Legends, I will now tell you what I learned. When men chose a wife, it was customary for them to go outside their own clan, and they would live and work with that clan after the marriage. The only time the man would go back to his own clan was during dances, festivals, or council meetings. The Choctaw did not allow young marriages, so to be married, the girl had to be between the ages of 20 and 25, and the male had to be between the ages of 25 and 30. The Choctaw practiced polygamy in certain situations. If a wife had a sister that was close to the age that it was unacceptable to not be married, the wife would encourage her husband to take the sister as an additional wife. The two wives shared the household responsibilities, and the only difference between them was that the second wife could not eat from the same bowl as the husband. There are two customs that the Choctaws practiced in the past that are no longer used, but have been important. The first one is the mother of the bride could no longer make eye contact with the son-in-law after the marriage. They could still talk, but only behind some sort of shield or screen, and could no longer make eye contact. This was practiced until the early 19th century. The second was that the wife could no longer call her husband by name after the marriage when speaking to him or about him. She would call him my man, or a similar term. I have discussed the cultural aspects of the Choctaw dress, language, and marriage traditions. Living in the Midwest, we have the opportunity to come in contact with the Native American lifestyle. It is my hope that after my speech that you have a deeper knowledge and appreciation of some of the traditions that make the Choctaw such a unique tribe.